Attention to all, the ceremony will begin shortly. In order to ensure the event runs smoothly, the audience is reminded to mute your microphone. The cooperation from the audience was greatly appreciated. and technology, and students' experience in Osaka University. Then we'll be having a cultural sharing experience slot from Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia and Osaka University. Following it, we'll be having a small interactive session, followed up by a closing ceremony from Student Network Benchmark with Paris 2.0, Faculty of Science and Technology, the National University of Malaysia, with School of Engineering, Osaka University. And finally, handing out certificates to Osaka University students. From now, we'll be having Miss Teo Junyen to take the floor for our fun slot. With that, let's have her.
This is Mr. Moan Musahana Mois. Konnichiwa, hajimemashite. Watashi wa Teo Junyen desu. Selamat berkenalan semua. Nama saya ialah Teo Junyen. You guys may call me Jun, and I'm the one who will be taking the floor right now. So without further ado, let's move to our first slot of the day, in which introductions to the Persatuan Mahasiswa Fakulti Sains dan Teknologi, Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia, and students' experience in Osaka University. So let's give space for Mr. Muhammad Aiman bin Mahadzir, our first Vice President of the Persatuan Mahasiswa Fakulti Sains dan Teknologi, to give a brief introduction about the Persatuan Mahasiswa Fakulti Sains dan Teknologi, Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia.
Thank you, Ms. Teo Junyen. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum, a very good morning and konnichiwa to everyone. My name is Muhammad Aiman bin Mahadzir, Vice President 1 of Persatuan Mahasiswa Fakulti Sains dan Teknologi, Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia, PMFST UKM. We continue the session of introduction to the PMFST UKM. But before we go through that part, I would like to talk about UKM. Let's start with the history of UKM. The very first idea to establish a higher education center for Malay community happened in the meeting of Conference of Rulers in 1903. An intellectual named Zakbar wrote about it on the newspaper Lembaga Melayu in 1917. The thinking movement, debates, and constant determination of Malay intellectuals to create a university that uses Malay language, Malaysian national language, as medium language in any institute of higher education started in 1923 when Abdul Qadir Abadi, another Malay intellectual, submitted the memorandum of the idea to Duli Yang Maha Mulia Sultan Kelantan. UKM opened its door on 18 May 1970 to 192 students at Jalan Pantai Baru, Kuala Lumpur, as a temporary campus which located three main faculties: Faculty of Science, Faculty of Literature, and Faculty of Islamic Studies. On October 1977, UKM moved to the next premise from the main campus in Bangi until now. It covers an area of 1,096 hectares. UKM is located in a metropolis that includes Kuala Lumpur International Airport, KLIA, Kuala Lumpur, the main trade center, and Putrajaya, the administrative capital. UKM campus is located 45 kilometers from KLIA, 30 kilometers from Kuala Lumpur, and 20 kilometers from Putrajaya. UKM also have two other campuses, which are UKM campus Kuala Lumpur and UKM campus Ceras. Now let us watch a video of a life as a student in UKM during normal days.
Hi guys, welcome to the National University of Malaysia, university that inspiring futures, nurturing possibilities. Today, I will bring you guys around UKM. Let's go! hate following me around UKM. What are you waiting for? Come and join us.
So how was it? Interesting, innit? Let's move on to the next part, which is our lovely faculty, Faculty of Science and Technology. As always, let's talk about the history of FST UKM. In 1970, Faculty of Science started with 5 departments, 16 academics, and 37 students. In 1975, Faculty of Science and Natural Resources was established in Sabah. In 1982, the original of Faculty of Science was divided into several faculties, namely Faculty of Physical and Applied Science, Faculty of Life Science, Center for Quantitative Studies, or now known as the Faculty of Mathematical Science. In 1998, UKM agreed that the Faculty of Science and Technology FST was established on 19 July 1999 as a result of a combination of 4 science-based faculties, namely Faculty of Physical and Applied Science, Faculty of Life Sciences, Faculty of Mathematical Science, Faculty of Natural Resources Science. The rationale for choosing the name FST is based on the following. FST is a combination of 2 sciences, namely pure science and applied science, that generates technology. FST is a knowledge entity that maintains a basic knowledge. FST leads the field so that the knowledge explored is up to date and always within the boundaries of knowledge. But now we have 6 departments under FST, which are the Department of Applied Physics, Department of Mathematical Science, Department of Food Science, Department of Biological Science and Biotechnology, Department of Earth Science and Environment, and lastly, Department of Chemical Science. There are also Students Club under PMFST, which based on the courses in FST. As we can see from the left, Natural Science Club, Biochemistry Club, Bioinformatics Club, Biology Club, Chemical Technology Club, Chemistry Club, Environmental Science Club, Food Science Club, Genetics Club, Biology Club, Scuba Club, Material Science Club, Mathematics Club, Microbiology Club, Nuclear Science Club, Oleochemistry Club, Physics Club, Plant Biotechnology Club, and lastly, Statistics Club. So next, let me show you a virtual tour in FST. Let's get it.
Akan bawa anda semua untuk mengelilingi satu fakulti sains dan teknologi. Jom kita tengok apa yang menarik. Untuk pengetahuan anda semua, Fakulti Sains dan Teknologi atau dikenali sebagai FST merupakan fakulti terbesar di Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia. Tempat pertama yang menarik dan sejuk yang saya akan tunjukkan kepada anda semua adalah Galeri Sejarah Alam yang terletak di FST baru. Jom! Untuk masuk ke galeri ini adalah percuma. Jom saya bawa anda ke tempat lain. Dan jika anda mempunyai sebarang pertanyaan, anda boleh terus merujuk ke kaunter pertanyaan yang terletak di FST baru. Sekarang, jom saya tunjuk awak ke Dewan Kuliah pula. Jom!
Hai semua, nama saya Farhan dan ini merupakan antara Dewan Kuliah yang berada di FST. Jom, sekarang saya akan tunjukkan bangunan makmal yang berada di FST baru. Inilah bangunan makmal FST yang saya katakan tu. Jom, kita pergi ke sana. Di blok makmal ini digunakan oleh para pelajar FST bagi tujuan penyelidikan. Di bangunan ini juga terdapat makmal penyelidikan, bilik pesyarat dan juga bilik mesyuarat. Anda lapar? Anda dahaga? Jom kita ke kafe. Boss, one chicken shawarma? Okay, thank you.
Hello guys, nama saya Arwin Legend dan saya akan tunjukkan kepada anda semua bilik aktiviti pelajar dan juga surau FFT. Jom guys! Alright guys, ini merupakan pusat aktiviti pelajar. Dan di dalamnya terdapat dua bilik, iaitu bilik mesyuarat PMFST dan juga bilik mesyuarat pelajar. Alright guys, next kita akan ke surau. Guys, ini merupakan surau yang terdapat di bawah bangunan FST. Alright guys, sekarang kami akan tunjukkan kepada anda semua bangunan-bangunan yang terdapat di FST.
Guys, ini merupakan bangunan sains matematik. Baiklah, jom kita tengok bangunan yang lain.
Ini merupakan bangunan sains geologi. Seterusnya,
Hai guys, ini pula merupakan bangunan sains fizik. Dewan Anwar Mahmud.
Dewan Anwar Mahmud merupakan dewan yang terbesar dan nostalgia di FST.
dengan ini selesai sudah berjumpa kita. Sekarang tibalah masa untuk kita berjumpa.
Dengan ini saya ingin mengucapkan
Okay, for your information, FST is the biggest faculty in UKM campus Bangi. So next, we'll proceed to the Student Association, which is Persatuan Mahasiswa Fakulti Sains dan Teknologi Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia, PMFST UKM. So actually, what do we do as a PMFST UKM? Okay, PMFST UKM will provide a lot of services that contribute to the quality of university lifestyle flexibly, efficiently and responsively to support faculty and university missions. This association was established since 19 July 1999. PMFST UKM have been at the forefront of making changes in students' life since then. We have provided the value and skills needed by FST students to become extraordinary leaders in the future. PMFST UKM strives hard to provide an environment that empowering where they can fully accept their identity and acquire all the skills they need to be the leader of tomorrow. PMFST UKM also helps and take care of the welfare of FST students in terms of academics, welfare, career, sports, and many more. So now, let me introduce to all of you the members of PMFST UKM. Alright, so here are all of the members of PMFST UKM. Okay, in PMFST UKM, we have higher committee which leads by our president, followed by vice president 1, vice president 2, general secretary, deputy general secretary, treasurer, and vice treasurer. We also have our own executive of foreign relation and alumni, executive of media and publication, executive of protocol, executive of sports, executive of academics, executive of civics and racial integration, Executive of Innovation and Entrepreneurship, Executive of Welfare and Infrastructure, and Executive of Career Development and Counseling. Okay, one of the significant difference between our association with other students body association in UKM is we have our own official websites. So let's see what's the content inside the website. Let's dive in. Okay. As you can see from the video, our main focus for the website is to make acknowledgement and announcement to the FST student so that they can keep updated on what's happening in FST virtually and physically. So you guys can search for our website from Google itself or just search pmfstukm.com. But unfortunately, the website is going under maintenance, so it might take some time before you can reach the website. There are a lot of programs done by PMFST UKM throughout the years. So here are some of the big programs. From the left side, as you can see, is the poster of Intervarsity Science e-Debate Challenge 2021, also known as IZ 2021. It is the biggest program we done last year with the collaboration of Minister of Higher Education Malaysia. The challenge were involved by the local public university and private university. Other than that, we also had done an international program, benchmarking studies between PMFST UKM and BMF MIPA UI from University of Indonesia. We also have our annual events, which are Majlis Apresiasi Pelajar and Karisma, Karnival Sukan Mahasiswa FST. Majlis Apresiasi Pelajar is an event where we celebrate and appreciate all the achievements and contribution of FST students, while Karisma is a sport event involving FST students, staff and lecturers. Moreover, we have PMFST websites launching, new norm photography, competition, webinar, video editing, project of used clothes collection, getting started with and video competition Science Autism's Ihya Ramadan, which held during months of Ramadan, communication and corporate image, student achievement sharing session, ultimate virtual frisbee, talks, launching of FST Bismall Facebook page, and many more. So you guys actually can visit our social media, Twitter and Instagram at Alliance PMFST, and Facebook and YouTube at PMFST UKM for more upcoming events. Lastly, to wrap all the programs done by PMFST UKM, let's watch our montage video. Let's go.
majlis ini diteruskan lagi dengan penyampaian anugerah dekan kepada penerima anugerah dekan bagi sesi 2019-2020.
This session is a very chill session, so we can talk with any language. I mean, if you comfort with English and so ask with English, or if you want to.
Pertandingan data science, walaupun saya tidak ada apa-apa
yang di live YouTube Universiti UKM. Terima kasih banyak-banyak. Sempat lagi nak share link YouTube live kami di social media dan juga kepada kawan-kawan yang lain.
Kata lebih berilmu memanglah confirm lebih berilmu kan, tapi kata nilai
different sites, these are the key things to focus on, right? So try to be more descriptive. I think each
Boleh. Tak ada masalah.
Gugusan matematik. Tanya diucapkan kepada gugusan matematik.
During the introduction, first of all, resource allocation is very important because resources are limited and these are being spread as of now. So it's a very, very valid argument for a long time. The first is incentive structure because they are.
And the champion of InterVarsity Science e-Debate Challenge 2021 goes to University of Malaya.
So that's all from me, Muhammad Aiman bin Mahadzir. Thank you. Arigatou gozaimasu. Terima kasih. Back to you, Ms. Teo Junian.
Wow, 面白いですね. Sangat menarik. So what an informative way to explain what the Persatuan Mahasiswa Fakulti Sains dan Teknologi is. Thank you and terima kasih Mr. Muhammad Aiman bin Mahadzir. So now let's watch a video prepared by Mr. John Isaac Erclas from Osaka University to provide us a quick sharing to his experience in Osaka University. So let's welcome Mr. John Isaac Erclas.
Hi everyone, my name is John. I'm from the Philippines and I will be presenting my experiences as a graduate student in Osaka University. Ever since I visited Japan back in 2015 as an exchange student, I have been dreaming of coming back to do graduate studies. Japan is a beautiful country, a unique mixture of high-tech innovations and traditional culture, and the thought of staying here long-term appeals to me greatly. Moreover, it will be a great boost for my career to be able to graduate from a top university. My dream came true on April 2018 when I arrived to Japan the second time to start my graduate studies. However, because of delays in immigration procedure, I missed my flight from Tokyo to Osaka, and I found myself alone in the cold night in Tokyo. It was at that time that I realized for the first time that this new chapter in my life is not going to be all rainbows, butterflies, and unicorns. There are several challenges of studying abroad, and I think we can classify them in one of the following categories: academics and research, general living issues, socio-cultural issues, and personal, psychological, or mental health issues. Personally, I struggled with mental stress at several points during graduate studies. It is my first time to live alone, so I feel isolated, especially during my first few months. But studying in Osaka, Japan's most livable city, helped me overcome these challenges. One of the things that I really love about studying in Osaka University is its close proximity to the places that I believe essential for mental health. I have a bicycle, and going from my apartment to the university only takes 15 minutes. About 10 minutes from my place is a public gym, which you can use for just 100 yen. I also found a church that have English service 15 minutes from my place. Moreover, there is a nearby municipal library that offers free Japanese language lessons. Finally, there are sightseeing and hiking spots that I can easily visit on my free time. From Osaka University, it's very easy to visit famous tourist locations. Within an hour, you can travel to downtown Osaka, eat okonomiyaki, sushi, or try a bowl of ramen from one of the hundreds of ramen restaurants, and discover for yourself why Osaka is the food capital of Japan. Within 2 hours, you can visit Kyoto, which is well known for bamboo forests, torii gates, temples, and shrines, and also Kobe, where you can see old Western-style houses, international trading port, and scenic landscapes. Also by train, you can visit Japan's ancient capital Nara for sightseeing and hiking. You can make friends with deer walking freely in the park. When I was studying for my master's degree, I was accepted to the scholarship program of Japan International Cooperation Agency. Unlike other scholarships, JICA did not only provide financial support, but they organize programs and events that allows international students to have a first-hand experience of Japanese culture and tradition. I had the experience of visiting a Japanese high school and learn about their extracurricular activities. They performed traditional Japanese and Western music to us. I also had my first ever judo lesson. This is me, when the sensei threw me to the ground. I also had the privilege of performing with a Japanese drum group. The members of all high school students, and even while they're still young, they already performed to several countries around the world. I also met other scholars from all around Asia and learned about their unique cultures. We spent 2 days together, learning Japanese history, enjoying traditional Japanese music, and visiting Japan's ancient capital in Nara. Finally, I attended courses on Japanese culture, history, and politics, and also Japanese language. Here's my picture when we visited the National Diet of Japan. It was taken on my last day of Japanese class, where I ate sushi with my teacher and class time. Everything is going well for my mental health until the pandemic began. Our university closed for a few months. Our church closed. I haven't been in contact with virtually all of my friends. Well, not that I have many friends to begin with. I have never felt so isolated in my life. I tried to cope by playing video games all day, but I quickly found out that I don't enjoy it as much as I did when I was younger. Then I discovered a new hobby. I took my bicycle and my phone and cycle all around the town. It wasn't too long until I find myself going downtown Osaka and even as far as Kyoto. It was fun. I was alone, but I'm not lonely. You might think that I'm an introvert. Well, many people do, but I do actually like talking with people. It's just that I find it hard to start a conversation. I'm not too good in making friends in my home country, so at first I imagined that it will be way more difficult to do it here in Japan. But because of my new hobby of going outdoors and taking pictures, I eventually met people who share the same interest. I joined outdoor activity groups and went hiking, mountain climbing, and cycling. I met some of the nicest, interesting, and physically fit Japanese and foreigners living here in Japan. I learned that it is a lot easier to make friends when you are doing fun things together or overcoming physically demanding challenges as a group. I become close friends with some people in the hiking group. We started meeting outside hiking events to do other things. This picture was taken when we celebrated New Year. There are Japanese, Filipino, Indonesian, Vietnamese, Chinese, Australian, and American present, so it is definitely a multicultural experience. In this picture, my Chinese friends taught me and my Japanese friend how to make dumplings and pork buns. I also visited a theme park, went on camping, and spent Christmas and do Halloween cosplay with my new friends. Over the past 4 years of staying here in Osaka, I learned a lot of new things, and more importantly, I learned a lot about myself. I learned how to cook, how to bake cheesecake and brownies. I learned how to stay fit and physically active. I actually lost 7 kilos since I came here. Most importantly, I learned how to make friends and connect with other people, learn about our cultural differences, and make precious memories that I will definitely treasure for life. I am now close to my final year as a student, and recently I have become increasingly busy on my research work. These days, I spend my free time learning Japanese language as I am preparing to take Japanese language proficiency test, which I need for job hunting. Thus, I don't meet with my friends or participate on outdoor activities as often as before. However, as I venture into the most difficult part of my graduate studies, I'm confident that I am now better equipped to face not only the academic challenges, but the psychological and mental health challenges as well. Thanks for listening. If you want to know more about me, especially on my research work, you can connect with me in LinkedIn and ResearchGate. You can also find me in Facebook. Just search for my name.
Sugoi. So it's really a great experience. So konnichiwa, Mr. John Isaac and your class. So would you like to share anything with our audience right now? Hi, Mr. John. Okay, it's okay. So, okay, really thank you, Mr. John Isaac and your class for preparing such an interesting video of his experiences in Osaka University for everyone. So with that, that's the end of our first vlog of the day. So without any hesitation, let us proceed to our next agenda of the day, which is a cultural sharing experience vlog from the Faculty of Science and Technology, Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia, and Osaka University. So firstly, let's watch one of the presentation prepared by the Persatuan Mahasiswa Faculty of Science and Technology, Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia to share on Malaysian culture. So this vlog will be presented by Mr. Jimbun Anak Ali and Ms. Nur Hafizah Dalia. So with that, I'm really happy to have them to take over the floor.
First of all, I would like to welcome Prof. Kiyoshi Putrita, the Executive Assistant to the President and Director of Center for International Affairs, Graduate School of Engineering, Osaka University. A very good morning to everyone. For this slot, I am Dahlia.
And my name is Jimburana Ali.
Will be the presenter. Today, we'll be going to share about Malaysian cultures that includes our foods, traditional attires, traditional dances, and traditional melody.
For your information, the uniqueness in Malaysia is that we have several races living together in peace. This resulting in Malaysia having a wide range of culture that we cherish and share together. For example, we have Malay, we have Chinese, Indian, Kazan Dusun, Tuban, and many more. Without further ado, let us begin our presentation. So today, I will share about the traditional attire of different ethnic in Malaysia. So as we all know that Malay is the biggest ethnic in Malaysia. So we will start with the Malay woman. Malay woman will wear a baju kurung, a knee-length blouse worn over a long skirt. The blouse is long sleeve and collarless, while the skirt we call it as a kain, has a pleat on one side, and it usually wear together with a tudung if they are a Muslim. So the example of the attire you can see Dahlia. So this is a full set of baju kurung with a headscarf. While for the Malay men, they will wear a baju where the Malay men, they will wear a baju Melayu. So as you all know, this is baju Melayu that I am wearing right now. So a baju Melayu is a loose tunic which is worn over a trousers and usually come together with a sarong or a kain samping, which is wrapped around the hip, and they also come together with a hat, or we call it as a songkok. This outfit usually wear during the wedding or traditional, or we have a formal occasion such as kenduri and many more. Nice. Okay. The next one is Chinese. Chinese women wear a cheongsam, a one-piece dress with high collar, diagonally closed with some clips or toggle. It sometimes can have slit at the side, as it made with a soft fabric such as silk. While the men, they will wear an outfit that we call as a chansan. Chansan is a long jacket or tunic that is worn by a man. In function, it is considered as a male equivalent of the woman cheongsam. This outfit usually they're in red color because Chinese do believe that red bring good luck to them. So they usually wear this attire during Chinese New Year or a formal occasion such as family gathering and when they have a formal event. Next. So we proceed. We will proceed to the Indian traditional attire. For the woman, they will wear a sari. Sari is a clothes of 5 to 6 yards, which is usually worn with a petticoat of a similar shade. Is wrapped around the body so that the end of the clothes will hang over here at the shoulder, while the petticoat is worn above the belly button to support the sari, which can be made from a wide variety of material. While for the men, they will wear a kurta. Kurta is a knee-length shirt usually made from a cotton or linen. So for the men, there are also some other outfit that can be used, such as vesti and jibab. Next. The next one is Kadazan Dusun. Kadazan Dusun is an ethnic at Sabah. They are the biggest ethnic that we can be found in Sabah. So the woman will wear a sinuanggang, while the man will wear a gaun and salwar. As you can see at the outfit, there is something yellow or golden. That is a golden silk that they use it. And the men, they have a corn look-alike hat on their head. While for the next one is Iban. Iban is the biggest or the largest ethnic that can be found in Sarawak. These two ethnic can be found in the Kepulauan Borneo or on the Borneo Island. Iban for the woman, as you can see, the outfit or attire that the chest that one called suku tinggi. If we translate it in English, suku tinggi means that high comb. They also wear a kain kebat, the things that have usually it come with the loceng or the bell together with the shilling. The old one is for the for the man. And for the men, they will lampai. And as you can see, the things that look the shield, we call it as a terabai. Next. Next. Next, we're going to proceed to the celebration culture that we have in Malaysia for celebrating Hari Raya Puas. Is the mark of the end of fasting month, which is Ramadan. For your information, Ramadan is coming near, where the Muslim will start to fasting on the Sunday, if I'm not mistaken. Haji. Hari Raya Haji is the mark of the end of Hajj, we also mean by pilgrimage. Next. For the Chinese, Chinese will be celebrating Chinese New Year. This festival marking the start of the new year, beginning on the second new moon after the winter. During festival, we will see a lot of people dancing, where there will be a lot of lion dance, dragon dance, and many more. Also, one of the tradition that still applied by the Chinese community right now is the Ampao culture. The Ampao culture is where the elders will be giving the Ampao to their child that haven't married yet. So this culture is very interesting actually. They also will lead the Lantern and the Sang of Eve on the Eve. Next. Okay, next one is Indian. The Indian will be celebrating the Deepavali. Deepavali, also known as the Festival of Light. They also will be celebrating Pongal. Pongal is a festival of harvest. And last but not least, the Indian will be celebrating Thaipusam. Thaipusam is the religious festival where this festival, to remind the occasion when Parvati, the Indian goddess of fertility and love, gave her son, Murugan, the god of war, a spear in order to defeat the evil demon. Next. Okay, for Hari Gawai, for Iban and Kadazan, actually these two celebrations actually they have a similar meaning, where for the birth ethnic they're celebrating this celebration because they want to show their thankful after the end of harvesting season. So for the Iban, they will be celebrating Hari Gawai, and for the Kadazan Dusun, they will be celebrating Pesta Keamatan. What are the differences between these two celebrations is just the date, where the Kadazan Dusun will be celebrating Pesta Keamatan on the 30 and 31st of May, while for the Iban, they will be celebrating Hari Gawai on the 1st and 2nd of June. So before I end my session, for my parts, we're going to watch a video on top 10 famous local food on Malaysia. And then after that, I will give the presentation to my partner, Hafiza Dalia. Thank you.
Ten famous Malaysian local foods, presented to you by Top Info Vids. Number 10, banana leaf. One of the great South Indian cuisines we have the privilege of eating on a daily basis, should we choose, is of course Chettinad cuisine. Chettinad cuisine is the cuisine of the Chettinad region of Tamil Nadu state in South India. If you love rice, you will definitely love the banana leaf rice. Number 9, nasi dagang. Nasi dagang is another fantastically tasty dish, consisting of rice steamed in coconut milk, fish curry, and extra ingredients such as fried shaved coconut, solak lada, hard-boiled eggs, and vegetable pickles. Number 8, Songhar noodles. Next up is the Songhar Kway Tiao flat noodles. This is fresh river prawns cooked Cantonese style in a thick eggy broth and finished off with either flat or egg noodles. The orange roe in the head of the prawn just seeps and infuses into the eggy liquid sauce of the noodles and makes the taste phenomenal. Number 7. Satay. Meats on sticks over a BBQ. Basic, yet effective. Tapping into that childhood, fun way of eating your food. For satay, the must-have ingredient which gives the dish its characteristic yellow color derived from turmeric. Serve it up with a spicy peanut sauce dip or peanut gravy, slivers of onions and cucumbers, and ketupat, rice cakes. Number 6. Nasi Kandar. Nasi Kandar is a popular northern Malaysian food, which originates from Penang. It is a meal of steamed rice which can be plain or mildly flavored, and served with a variety of curries and side dishes. The rice is accompanied by side dishes, such as fried chicken, gizzards, curried mutton, cubed beef, fish roe, fried prawns, or fried squid. Number 5. Char siu rice. Char siu, BBQ pork, is another great dish. Char siu literally means born with a fork, where long, gorgeous fatty strips of seasoned boneless pork are skewered with long forks and placed in a covered oven or over a fire. The meat, typically a shoulder cut, is seasoned with a mixture of honey, 5-spice powder, fermented tofu, dark soy sauce, and possibly hoisin sauce. Number 4. Tanjung Tua Long fresh river prawns. They don't come fresher than this, swimming outside in tanks. And the cooks actually drop them into ice water for 5 minutes to stun them before they prepare them for cooking. This retains the springy texture and flavor in the meat. Butter river prawns. Mouth-watering. Number 3. Asam Pedas Peranakan. Asam Pedas is a fish dish that is, like a lot of dishes in Malaysia, usually enjoyed with a plate of rice. Asam Pedas means sour spicy, and it stays true to its name. The main ingredients are dried chilies, tamarind, belacan, and shallots. It is a tantalizing combination with just the right amount of both flavors, making it one of the most loved Malaysian dishes of all time. Number 2. Mi Kolak. Mi Kolak is another specialty from Kuching and Sarawak and a popular breakfast meal. It can be found at most hawker stalls throughout the city. Mi Kolak comprises of egg noodles, which are boiled, strained, stirred with lard, and topped with a few slices of roast pork. Number 1. Nasi Lemak, the national dish. Nasi lemak literally means fatty rice because of the cooking process where rice is cooked in coconut milk with pandan leaves. It is traditionally served wrapped in a banana leaf with ikan bilis, dried anchovies, sambal, a spicy sauce, boiled egg, and roasted peanuts. Fabulously delicious. That sums up our 10 famous Malaysian local foods. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. See you next time.
Hi, I will continue the presentation on Malaysian traditional dance according to each ethnicity. Slides. So of course, we're going to start with the Malay ethnicity. The first dance is Makyong dance. This dance was originated from Patani, South Thailand. The objective of this dance is a form of entertainment special for the women in royalty, which is the queen and princess. The element of this dance is romantic with charming choreography with the storyline of the golden age of the Malay Sultanate. The next dance is Zapin. This dance is still popular up till today, especially in Johor. This dance is heavily influenced by Islam, the religion, as it came from the people from Middle East. The next dance is Joget, another popular traditional dance. The choreography is quite tricky as the movement of hand and legs need to be very fast and slick. The next dance is Sarah dance, which is in Johor. This dance is still popular and it only for men. They dance in couplet and usually can be seen at a celebration ceremony such as wedding. The next slide.
Andai permata sembuh lukanya bagai sutera dalam lukisan hidupku indah warnanya. Baru menguntung tumbuh rindu mekar harumnya seri halaman. Hendak ku minum mustika embun agar tersurat idaman.
So that is it, the sneak peek of Sapin dance, quite interesting. So the next ethnicity is Chinese. The first one is lion dance, as it always can be seen performed at Chinese New Year. It is believed that the dragon dance were created as to drive monsters away that ruined the crops back in the day. So the next dance is dragon dance, a unique dance that exists from Han Dynasty, estimatedly 2000 years ago. This dance is a ritual to ask for rain from God, as the ancient people trust that a dragon figure can bring rain. So the next dance is Fan dance, which is very popular in Perak, only danced by women, of course. So the they use the fan as symbolize that the goddess used fan as their needs. So next slide. As I mentioned, the lion dance always can be seen at Chinese New Year, but somehow I am still fascinated by the dance. So the next is, of course, Indian ethnicity. So the first dance is Bharatanatyam. This dance is a dramatic dance danced by a group of Indian women that are dedicated to their religion and devoted to their god. It is said that the dancers would also never marry as a sign of devotion. The next dance is Kolatam, also only danced by women. They use two sticks to produce melody. Kolatam usually performed at temple celebration, Pongal and harvest season. The next one is Kathakali, originated from Kerala, South Indian. This dance is a musical drama which to portray a story of winning. The dancers usually use facial makeup and costume to represent the characters. So the next one is Kathak, a classical Indian dance that comes from North India, also a dance that shows devotion to God. Next slide. So we are moving on to Sabah dance. The first one is Sumazau. Sumazau dance Sumazau dance is as Sumazau and Sumayam can be quite similar if you observe, because it is happen when Hari Gawai Cimbun
Pesta Keamatan.
Pesta Keamatan. So next slide. So We are moving on to Sarawak. The first dance is Ngajat, also danced at Gawai Day before award and at harvest season. The choreography is as if they are fighting the enemy. So the next dance is Kenyalang, belong to the Kenya ethnic in Sarawak. This dance symbolizes happiness and gratitude, performed to celebrate their warriors coming back from hunting. Next slide. Before is a ngajak dance. So the next one is traditional melodies of Malaysia. Next slide. So the first one is ghazal, which is an Malay traditional melody, a melody which is a traditional art of Malay community of Johor. It is originated from Arab, the Middle East, to be recognized as it become an entertainment of Malay's royals. Next.
Johor Baharu, sayang. Johor Baharu, negeri nama negeri Allah sayang. Sultan Ibrahim Allah sayang. Sultan Ibrahim, Sultan Ibrahim, mulia raja mulia.
So that is it for ngajat. For ghazal. So this is the musical instrument needed for ghazal. Next slide. So the next melody is nobat, a traditional melody for Malay. Next slide. And this is the musical instrument for nobat. Nobat is a music that always played at the palace, such as for coronation ceremony and celebrating royal birth. Slide. So the next traditional melody is Dondang Sayang. We're used to play at Malay wedding back at the day. Sadly, it is quite forgotten among youngsters. Next slide. This is the musical instruments for Dondang Sayang. Okay, next slide. So the final traditional melodies is gamelan. Gamelan is a result of Hindu Buddha culture, and then the Malay version of gamelan were introduced back then at the age of Malay Sultanate. Next slide. And this is the musical instrument for gamelan. That is it from me. Thank you.
Wow, 真的很精彩. So actually this describes how it's really interesting in Mandarin, one of the languages by Chinese in Malaysia. So what a really fun slot given by Mr. Jimbun Anang Ali and Miss Nohafiza Dalia. So it was really informative too. I believe that some of the audience already hungry, but please be patient. We still have more interesting slot after this, and I hope all of you could really get grasp over the wonderful and colorful cultures of Malaysia. So thank you to the members of the Persatuan Mahasiswa Fakulti Sains dan Teknologi Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia for preparing such a beautiful slot and to be able to capture the beauty of Malaysia's culture. So now I'd like to announce the arrival of Prof. Kiyoshita Fujita, who is the Executive Assistant to the President and the Director of Center of International Affairs Graduate School of Engineering from Osaka University, and Prof. Yoshidara Morikawa, who is the chair of the first core and quantum engineering design course and one of the graduates of School of Engineering from Osaka University. So please welcome us. I welcome them. Sorry. So now let's hear some experiences on Japanese culture that will be moderated by Miss Rizka Novadila from Osaka University. Konnichiwa. Please welcome Miss Rizka Novadila.
Thank you very much. Can you hear my voice?
Yes, we can hear that.
I will share my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay. So, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. My name is Rizka, and today I would like to share what I have experienced dealing with Japanese culture. And first of all, thank you very much for the committee for the invitations. So I believe that most of us has known that Japan has fascinating cultures. When we're talking about the cultures, we may think of manga or anime or matcha, sakura, or many other things. But today, I will briefly share about some social conventions I have experienced, and then the food, the customs, and also some attractions. So I'm a D1 student in Morikawa Sensei's laboratory. Before coming to Osaka University, I pursued my bachelor's study in Universitas Airlangga and master's study in Institut Teknologi Bandung, Indonesia. Then I came to Osaka University with Max Scholarship. And this is my working space in the lab. I'm very fortunate because I sit close to the window so that I can easily see the beautiful sakura which starting to bloom now, because now is entering a spring season. So my research is basically about modeling chemical reactions in biological process computationally. So now I'm staying at Osaka, but I came from Surabaya, Indonesia. So normally I should depart to Osaka before October 2021, but due to the pandemic, Japan was closing the border at that time. But Alhamdulillah, in the beginning of November, the embassy informed that Japan has opened the border, so that I directly packed some pieces of my clothes and food and then depart on November 20. And arrived on the next day on November 21 at Narita Airport in Tokyo for having a 2 weeks quarantine in the hotel close to the airport. The trip itself is quite hard because I'm feeling anxious all the way due to the pandemic, and my first day is physically a bit harder because I was moving from a city with an average temperature of 35 degrees Celsius to Tokyo, which was around 50 degrees Celsius because it was started to enter the winter season. However, the hardships was completely paid off of what I have experienced here. So on the second day of the quarantine, I read articles on the internet that a new variant of COVID-19 has shown up, and surprisingly a day later, Japan announced that the border was closed again. So I was thinking that if I was late one day to depart to Japan, I may not be here right now. So therefore, I'm very grateful for what Allah has given to me. So until now, I have been staying in Japan for almost 4 months. I have not known much yet about the culture, but I'm learning it. Another thing that I amplify my gratefulness is a chance to go to Malaysia 1 year before. So on February 23, 2020, there was a CMD workshop in Universiti Putra Malaysia, and I was invited by Dr. Febrian to go there. And Dr. Febrian was the colleague of Professor Azizan and also Dr. Hasharida from UKM. So it was my first time visiting Malaysia, and I have a lot of fun. I hope I can come to Malaysia again. I went to some places, and two of them are the Batu Cave and also the Twin Tower. But the most memorable thing is that I got chance to present in front of Morikawa Sensei, my current supervisor in Osaka University. This is the picture that we take at that time. It was in Professor Azizan's laboratory. So this is me. This is Fabian Sensei, Professor Azizan, Morikawa Sensei, and Dr. Hasharida, Jinyu Sensei, and also Dr. Edison. So it was very fun at that time. So roughly speaking, my journey to PhD life was started from UKM. Therefore, I'm very excited when I got invitation to attend this event. So 1 year before I came to the Malaysia, I got a chance to briefly visit Japan for 63 days, and I spent 62 days in Ishikawa and 1 day in Osaka. So since I only have 1 day, I decided to buy this Osaka 1 day pass ticket to explore Osaka as much as I can, because Osaka is famous to have many places to be visited, and I learned many things in that 1 day trip. Japan has many attracting places to be visited, and some has been explained by Yuji-san yesterday and also John-san. So at that time, I cannot speak Japanese except arigatou gozaimasu and ohayo gozaimasu, but Japan has arranged everything well for the foreigners. The instructions were clearly written and easy to follow. So after buying the ticket, I got the maps, and then these are the example of the maps I got when I buy the ticket. And I realized from that 1 day tour that I've learned a lot on how to plan and to do something effectively. And most importantly, during the trip, I also met many Japanese people who kindly helped me when I got troubles. As I mentioned before, I cannot speak Japanese, and most of Japanese people that I met during the trip cannot speak English. So basically, verbal communication is not working at that time. However, the Japanese people are really not easy to give up to help. So an old woman even take me directly to the place I was looking for, since I could not understand her explanation, and that made me impressed. That's how kind of Japanese people are. So you don't need to worry when you visit Japan, you will not run out of place to visit. This is the example. There is Universal Studios. If you like to watch Harry Potter, perhaps you want to visit this place so much. And then I've also ever visited the Osaka Aquarium. And this is Osaka Castle. Several days ago, Osaka University students for April entrance celebrate the graduation in this castle. I've also visited this Santa Maria toilet cross, so it was very beautiful when you can enjoy the sunset by riding the ship. There is also another, this is a Tempozan Ferris wheel. These are the wheels, and close to the wheels there is Tempozan Market. There are a lot of Japanese food sold there. So there are many kinds of places to visit. You can enjoy the Japan's historical places, the technology, as well as the nature. Japan also has many interesting traditional customs and also local festivals. When I visited Japan in 2019, I got chances to see Hanabi in the summer. During the Hanabi, there were huge, many and untypical fireworks displayed. And then there will be some places that specially opened to see the Hanabi. And at that time, many Japanese people wear yukata and gathered to see the fireworks. There were also many food sellers in that place at that time. While in the spring, there will be hanami. It is a traditional customs to enjoy the sakura flower. I actually heard this from my seniors, but I haven't experienced it by myself, so hopefully I will. And then the food. Compared to Indonesia, Japan has a quite different kind of food. I've been interested to taste the Japanese food since I was a child because I saw them a lot through the manga. But specifically for Muslim, people may think that it's hard to find a halal food, but actually it's not that hard. Firstly, Japanese people has written the detail of the food ingredients, so for Muslim people, we only need to use the Google Translate to read it if we did not understand the Japanese language. So it's quite easy to find halal food for us. And besides, there were also some halal food stores in Japan, and these are the example. This is called udon. I bought this in Kansai International Airport. So this is halal udon. There are many kinds of udon sold there. And then these are sushi and also okonomiyaki and soba. What I like the most from Japanese food is the noodle. There is one more type of noodle which is ramen, but I have not visited the ramen, halal ramen, which is also available in Japan. Besides the food stores, there is also a supermarket which sell the halal ingredients. For example, here there is halal chicken so that we can also cook by ourselves. So we do not need to worry about the halal food. And one of the most obvious conventions in Japan, the first time is about bowing. So I believe that everyone knows about the Japanese people who like to bow. So everyone here bows when they say hello, goodbye, thank you, or sorry. If you meet someone in Japan, you may wish to give them a little bow, but you do not need necessarily to bow everyone who bows to you. For example, when you enter a shop or a restaurant, you will be greeted by shouts of welcome and a bow from the staff as a sign of respect to you as the customer. And as a customer, you will not be expected to bow back, otherwise it will be a never-ending bow as I ever experienced. And in that case, nodding the head is preferable. And second, the Japanese people usually use a suffix "san" after the last name to show the respect. However, you do not need to give the suffix "san" to your own name when introducing yourself. And third, giving things using both hands. I experience this when I'm going to pay at the restaurants using a credit card, and I was get used to just give it using one hand. But then I'm surprised because the cashier returned back my card using both hands. And it also happens in all the supermarkets that I ever visited. And that's I'm impressed on how polite Japanese people are. Another interesting social convention is related to eating. For example, saying itadakimasu before eating, and I guess you have been familiar with this. Another thing is that I was told to never use the chopstick to stop the food. This is commonly happened to the foreigner who was not get used to use chopstick like me. And the seniors told me that the Japanese people are really respect to the food, and stopping the food is a kind of disrespect actions. And next, slurping when eating. This is extremely different with Indonesian's culture. In Indonesia, slurping the food is accounted as one kind of impolite actions, but here it is an expression that you are enjoying the food. And another thing that people is always neatly queuing, so I guess you have been also heard about this a lot. So this is a very, very brief introduction, but hopefully this will become our start to maintain our communication further. So thank you very much. Terima kasih. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Subarashi. I was really fascinated by the Japanese culture. So I wish I could be there right now. So what an entertaining presentation from Miss Rizka Novadila. So I believe it also very beneficial and educational. So I hope all of you can get a sense of Japanese beautiful and colorful cultures too through Miss Rizka Novadila presentations. So thank you to Miss Rizka Novadila again from Osaka University for giving us the essence of Japanese culture. So now let's have a small interaction by Miss Tanjiri Nair and Mr. Azaro on all the sessions we have so far from yesterday up until now. So that is it from me, Teo Junior, for today. I hope all of us have a good time together because I really did. So arigatou gozaimasu. Terima kasih.
Thank you, Miss June. Am I clear? Is my audio clear? Okay. So my name is Sanjeevi and I'll be your host for this interaction session alongside Mr. Azaro. So let's get to it. Can you guys see my screen? Yeah, no.
Okay, sorry the audience. So our host have some of the technical issues. So please be patient and wait for a moment.
Can you guys see my screen?
No, we can't see it.
Can everyone view my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm really sorry for the technical error earlier. So we'll be playing a game of Jeopardy. So I will brief a little bit about the rules of this game. So each of you would be taking turns at choosing a category. We have 5 categories. So you will be picking based on how much you would like to solve for a question. You just say for and been appearing, so to gain the points lah. So that's rules are really simple. So let's get to it. So who's going to start first? Can I call Marsha? Can you start first?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Which category? Which category are you going for?
Food and culture.
Okay. How much are you bidding?
100.
All right. Before the Malay celebrate Hari Raya, what would they do?
Puasa. Fasting for 1 week.
Next, can I call upon
Rashid.
Rizka?
Yes.
Yeah. So which category are you going for?
I think
Gambate.
let's see the slide. Thank you.
Sorry, which category are you going for?
Food and culture.
All right. How much are you going for? The points. 200,
Okay.
300, 400, 500.
200.
Sorry? 200, okay.
200.
Name one Malaysian local food.
Nasi lemak.
Okay. Yes, that is our national food.
Yes. It's delicious.
Is Zalia here?
Yes.
Hi Zalia. So
Hi.
which category are you going for? Pick another category.
About UKM.
About UKM. So are you going for something higher and trying to challenge Marsha and Rizka?
Yes.
Okay. 300, 400, or 500?
I'll try 500.
Oh, okay. One of the main aspirations that Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia is working to achieve is?
To make Malay as a language of knowledge.
Oh, wish. That is right.
Yeah.
Congratulations. Okay, Zalia is now leading. So, final player, Divya. Are you here?
Okay, hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, great. So, alright, I think we'll go for FST since I love FST.
Okay, how much are you going for? You should
I'll
take
go-
500 though.
Yes, definitely. If I don't know, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do.
Okay, in the centers of excellence, the living lab which represents wetland ecosystem is called as?
Manis. Sorry, wait. Wait, let me recall it. Is it about Tasik Chini? Oh,
Tasik Chini, are you sure with your answer?
my God. Wait, let me have a second thought before I answer. Centers of Excellence Living Lab. I think yeah, it's Tasik Chini. My mind voices are telling Tasik Chini.
Right. Okay.
Ah, yes. Finally, I've proved.
Great time with the virtual tour and also the interactive session. So that is all from us. I will pass the floor back to Mr. Moose. Thank you.
Arigato. Oh, Nikki. Hi, I'm back. Now, we'll be having a 2 minutes break for everyone to take some fresh air. We'll continue with closing session at 9:58. So, please make yourself at ease for our closing ceremony after this. Welcome back, everyone. Now, we will be going through this closing ceremony for Student Network Benchmark Without Barriers 2.0, Faculty of Science and Technology, the National University of Malaysia School of Engineering, Osaka University. To continue our ceremony this morning, chemist Dr. Nur Sharida Hassan, Dean's Assistant of Student Affairs of Faculty of Science and Technology, Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia, will deliver her address and officially wrap the Student Network Benchmark Without Barriers 2.0, Faculty of Science and Technology, the National University of Malaysia School of Engineering, Osaka University. With all due respect, the Council welcomes chemist Dr. Nur Sharida Hassan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Can everyone hear me?
Yes, Doctor.
Okay, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Selamat pagi, konnichiwa. Professor Kiyoshi Fujita Sensei, the Executive Assistant to the President and Director of Center for International Affairs, Graduate School of Engineering, Osaka University. Professor Yoshitada Morikawa Sensei, Chair of the first Core Quantum Engineering Design course, Graduate School of Engineering, Osaka University. Ms. Divya Tamilviran, Presiden Persatuan Mahasiswa Fakulti Sains dan Teknologi, Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia, Fellow Persatuan Mahasiswa Fakulti Sains dan Teknologi, Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia, and fellow audience as well. First and foremost, I am grateful to God for allowing us to gather here this morning for the Student Network Benchmark Without Barriers 2.0 Faculty of Science and Technology, Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia with School of Engineering, Osaka University. I'd like to congratulate the members of the School Network Benchmark Without Barriers 2.0, Faculty of Science and Technology, UKM, with School of Engineering, OU, on their successful efforts in putting this event together. Ladies and gentlemen, PMFST and the committee members of this program have successfully implemented this program in partnership with Osaka University for the past 2 days. I am pleased to see that dialogues between the School of Engineering, Osaka University, and the Faculty of Science and Technology, the National University of Malaysia, have been done in an educational yet entertaining manner. The program has given a meaningful discussion about the program structures for both universities, UKM and also Osaka University. We have also gone through the different student lifestyles in their respective universities and countries, UKM in Malaysia and OU in Japan. I believe that the student organizations, especially student bodies in faculty like PMFST, have been explained well through this program. The experience from the students in Osaka University have been viewed well too as our program goes by. The cultures in Malaysia and Japan were shared successfully in an informative yet a fun manner. Thank you and congratulations to Faculty of Science and Technology, UKM, and School of Engineering, Osaka University, for successfully giving us a taste of Malaysians and Japanese cultures, even while doing it online. I believe that this program already has given a huge impact on the students throughout the programs. I believe the committee members from Faculty of Science and Technology and School of Engineering, Osaka University has successfully instilled a useful knowledge in UKM students and providing exposures to other universities such as Osaka University in terms of academic advantages and opportunities provided by UKM and Osaka University. With this, I'd like to take this opportunity to give my last advice to encourage everyone here to give their best in every aspect of university students' lives. Lifestyle, whether in learning sessions and extracurricular activities, both inside and outside of class, credited or uncredited activities. In addition, I hope that when faced with new challenges and obstacles, all students will be resilient, driven, and not easily disheartened. Finally, I hope that the Student Network Benchmark Without Barriers 2.0 Faculty of Science and Technology, the National University of Malaysia, with School of Engineering, Osaka University, will be fruitful and beneficial to educators and students in performing their respective roles and responsibilities. I also wish to everyone for their success in all your pursuit. I'd like to thank everyone who is a part of PMFST, particularly the members of the Student Network Benchmark Without Barriers 2.0 Faculty of Science and Technology, the National University of Malaysia, with School of Engineering, Osaka University. We here in the Faculty of Science and Technology, UKM, would welcome everyone in the world with an open arm, whether you have the intention to study here for full-time or as an exchange student for a mobility program, especially everyone from Osaka University. With that, we hope for more collaborations from Osaka University with UKM in the near future. We are pleased to have you. Last but not least, hopefully everyone in UKM and Osaka, particularly FST members, will continue to be instilled with the spirit of struggle. With Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, I am pleased and blessed to officially close student network benchmark without barriers 2.0, Faculty of Science and Engineering, Osaka University. All I have to say is thank you to everyone.
The Council wishes thanks to Chemist Rashida Hassan, His Assistant of Students at Faculty of Science and Technology at Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia. For I'm sorry for the inconveniences now. The Council wishes thanks to Chemist Nur Hashirda Hassan, Dean's Assistant of Students Affairs of Faculty of Science and Technology at Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia for her wonderful speech and closing of the ceremony. To complete our event this morning, Prof. Kiyoshi Fujita, the Executive Assistant to the President and Director of Center for International Affairs, Graduate School of Engineering, Osaka University, will deliver his remarks. Prof. Kiyoshi Fujita is warmly welcomed by the Council.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me? It's all right?
Yes, Sensei.
Yes, okay. Good morning, everyone. So I'm Fujita, Professor of Center for Global Initiative and an Executive Assistant to the President, Osaka University. And I'm also a Professor of the Graduate School of Engineering. Nice to see you. Okay, thank you for joining the Student Network Benchmark Without Barriers 2.0, Faculty, Science and Technology, UKM, and Osaka University. It is a great honor to have this joint program. So we would like to mention great thanks for the professor and the student of UKM, and we would like to express hearty thanks to professors of UKM for their kind assistance and helpful suggestion, without which it must have been difficult even to construct this fantastic program. So in particular, I was very interested in the program Cultural Sharing Experience and Challenging Game. So it was so fantastic. So we believe we can establish a good relationship between the UKM and Osaka University through the online program. So we wish the further developing of both of UKM and Osaka University, and we would like to mention our best wishes for the future. So we appreciate the continuous assistance from the UKM. Okay. Lastly, we would like to introduce our friend. This is our official mascot, Dr. Wani, crocodile. So please remember our mascot, Dr. Wani, crocodile. Okay, so I was impressed. These fantastic programs. So I could enjoy joining this program. Thank you for your kind attention. Thank you.
The Council would like to say a big thank you to Prof. Yoshi Fujita, the Executive Assistant to the President and Director of Center for International Affairs, Graduate School of Engineering, Osaka University, for his recent remarks. Finally, we have reached the final agenda of the day, which is the handing over of the certificate to Osaka University as a token of appreciation. The certificate is presented on the screen right now, and the e-certificate will be emailed to Osaka University's representative in the near future. I hope everyone has a good time today.
All right, let's allow me
to wrap things up. Let us take a picture for the photo session.
All right, Mus, can we go back to the previous slide? All right, so allow me to take a picture of this on my count of 3, 2, 1, smile. All right, another take. 3, 2, 1, smile. Okay, smile for the last shot. 3, 2, 1. All right, thank you. So let's go to the picture of all the members in this WebEx. All right, everyone. Okay. Smile, please. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay, 3, 2, 1. All right, today we just have one page, so it's okay. First style, please. 3, 2, 1. All right, great. Thank you, everyone.
To everyone for your Operator Hassan, this Assistant of Student Affairs, Faculty of Science and Technology, University of Kebangsaan, Malaysia, Prof. Kebangsaan Fujita, the Executive Assistant to the President and the Director of Center for International Affairs, Graduate School of Engineering, Osaka University, Prof. Yoshida Morikawa, Chair of the First Core Quantum Engineering Design Course, Graduate School of Engineering, Representative, may leave the ceremony. That brings us to the end of our time together today. Thank you for coming to the Student Network Benchmark Without Barriers 2.0, Faculty of Science and Technology, the National University of Malaysia with School of Engineering, Osaka University. I hope that the time that we have today will allow us to pass on the knowledge and skill we have gained to everyone at University Kebangsaan Malaysia and Osaka University. This is your MC, Wan Subhanan Muiz, wishing you a happy afternoon and a safe day to everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you and congratulations to everyone.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you for organizing this nice program. Thank you very much. Yes, thank you very much. It was very nice program. I'm very much. Thank you very much.